Hi students, there seems to be a lot of confusion lately about what's going on in class, and I wanted to record a quick video to kind of walk you through what you need to do to get through the rest of the semester. So let me go in and show you, let me put it in student view actually, and regardless of what section you're in, this will all be the same, okay? So I did stop doing weekly videos because the views were so low, but I haven't stopped putting up materials. All you have to do to find what you need to do is go into modules, okay? Now you'll see right now, I went ahead, I noticed that folks were going straight down here to find the assignments and not going into the module overview and links to episodes and readings. And I can see how that might have been confusing because before I had been linking to everything, but as you see, that gets really long and I think hard to navigate. So what I did instead was put them all in one spot. So I apologize if that's confusing for you. But I went back in and made this a mandatory view so that you would have to look at it before you could do anything else. So hopefully that will help allay any confusion. So what you need to do every week is go in here and you'll see that you have the week. Okay, we're on the week of November. We're at the end of the week of November 2nd. It has the episode you need to listen to, or episodes in some cases, and then what you need to do. Now, folks, it's really important that you view this content that I have linked for you because this is part of class, right? This is how an online class works. So in lieu of a lot of lectures and that kind of thing, you have this content here, okay? And this week in particular is going to walk you through revising content. And that's important because the assignment we're working on now is the revised position essay, okay? You also have a link for revising organization, okay? So you're going to open that up, right? And it walks you through steps for how to revise the organization of your paper, which may be relevant to you, may not, depending on what I said in my feedback, okay? Last week, help with citing electronic sources, integrating sources, right, that quote sandwich work that we did, okay? You'll notice, too, that there are no more discussions listed here. I am going to link at the bottom back in the module. Every week from here on out, there's going to be a bonus discussion board. So those of you who have been asking me for bonus work, this is your chance, okay? 10 points bonus every week, and that's going to help raise your grade. And it's going to be the same every week. Reactions to this week's episode or episodes. And so you just get to write about what you want. And as long as it's thoughtful and shows me that you're doing the work, you'll get your 10 points, and that's going to help your grade. Okay? So on to what we're working on, what we're working toward. The revised position essay with reflection, okay? I realize I didn't go over this because I didn't do a weekly video that week, so that's my bad. Let me walk you through this real quick. So for this assignment, you will revise and expand your position essay, aiming for a minimum of 5 pages, and that does not include your works cited page. Okay, please follow these style guidelines. You should use my feedback on the first version of the position essay to guide your revision. Now, if you have just been looking at your grade, that's a problem. You need to go in to your grades and click View Feedback. And there's 2 things you need to look at. There should be a comment at the end that gives you kind of an overview. Here's what you did well. Here's what you can work on. And then, in many cases, you're also going to have blue comment bubbles on the document itself. So you may have to expand that window. It looks different on my end. And I don't have a sample. They won't let me show, obviously, somebody's paper because it's anonymous, or it should be not, would not be anonymous. So if you are having trouble accessing that, please, please, please get in touch because this is not me just slapping a grade on there and saying, figure it out, right? There is detailed feedback, and you should know exactly what you need to change in your paper for this assignment, okay? You need to use one additional source that you did not use in the previous version. This can be a source you find on your own or one of the others that we've read that you didn't already use. If you need help finding sources, please let me know. I'm always happy to help. This doesn't need to be a scholarly source. This can just be something you find through Google. Make sure it's reputable. Write something from NPR, the New York Times, something like that, Washington Post. In addition to revising and expanding your position essay, you will write 1/2 to 1 page summary of or reflection of the changes you've made to your essay. So explaining what you changed and why. And I think I skipped up here. Please use the track changes function in Word. Let me show you what that looks like here. Okay, let me show you what that looks like here. So if I'm going to track changes in Word, I'm going to pull up an essay of mine. Okay. So I need to, now this is not formatted the way that your essays are because this is for a different assignment that I have that has different requirements, but the track changes thing will still be the same here. Let me make sure, I don't think you can see everything here. Okay, so if you go to review, whoops, my computer's taking forever. Once you get review, you go to track changes, okay? And then everything that you add or change will show up like this. And I actually want you to turn your paper in that way. In Google Docs, it's a little different. Let me see if I can show you. Let's see. So in Google Docs, it's a little different, okay? You're going to come up here, and you're going to go to Suggestions, okay? Actually, you know what? It doesn't save them. You want to edit your doc directly. I don't know that there's actually a way to track your changes in the same way, because in my experience, when I do it as suggesting, it does the thing, right? Like when you change something, it does this. But then when you turn it as a Word doc, which is often what you have to do on Canvas, those don't stay. So you can kind of come up with you can try that and then maybe like print a PDF and see, but double check that those changes show up. The easiest way to do this is just to do it in Word. So you can try to do that if you're computer savvy, and you can figure out a way to make those show up when you turn it into me. But my concern is, in my experience when I've done that, then when I reopen the document, like in Word or something, the changes aren't there, right? And the comments aren't either. And it's like only showing up in Google Docs. So that's a problem. But if you can find a way to like screenshot it and turn in the screenshots, I'm fine with that. Probably the least path of resistance, if you don't want to use Word, which is what I would recommend, so you can just use track changes, is to just come in and highlight anything that you change. So let's say that I decide that I'm going to change this word to fictional. Okay, so I've got my thing here, but let's make me edit directly here. Editing. Okay, then maybe I can come in and highlight to indicate that I changed that. And so what that's doing for you and for me, for you as the writer, it's saying, okay, yes, Dr. B told me to change this one thing, and I changed it, and now I know I've changed it. For me as the grader, it shortens the time, right, because I can look and see exactly what you've changed, and I can evaluate that against my previous feedback and see how well you took those suggestions, okay? So let's go back to the assignment sheet. All right. Your revision or summary reflection. This will go in the same document, so you need to add. You can come in Word, and you can Control Enter page break, and you can come up here and write your reflection. Right. Oops. You can turn off track changes there, right? Because obviously it's all new material, right? So, and you'll just write what you changed, okay? And ignore my title there. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just, I had some problems with organization. I went back and reviewed the materials on topic sentences, and I reorganized my paragraphs and added clear topic sentences, those kinds of things. You don't need to talk about small changes. I had some commas out of place. I fixed those. Don't worry about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about big picture content things. Or like, I had neglected to use one of the required sources, so I added that in. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with here. Okay. Your revision or summary reflection should be submitted as a single document to Canvas through Turnitin. Please do not save that as a separate document. You want to upload it all as one single document so that I can grade it all in one spot. Otherwise, it's going to show up as 2 different submissions. This is important, this part. I'm offering 10 bonus points added to this paper, which is huge. That's a whole letter grade, for anyone who sets up a draft review with me prior to turning in this assignment. You just message me. We'll set up a time. I'll send you a Zoom link. I have office hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1:30 to 3:30, but if those times don't work for you, or is it 1:30 to 3:30, 1 to 3? I'm sorry, I've got so many different schedules right now that it's, 1:30 to 3:30. So, just if that doesn't work for you, we'll find a different time, okay? I really can't stress enough how important this is. I probably should make it a requirement, but I'm not going to. And 10 bonus points, y'all, just for meeting with me. And that way I can help you if you need help finding a source or if you need help with citation. Any of this stuff that's kind of hard for me to teach you over the internet, right? I can do these videos. They don't get a lot of views. I don't know why. I can give you the materials that I've been giving you that I'm hoping you're reading. But, it's not the same as in class. And so I would really love that face-to-face interaction with you, okay? I won't make you turn your camera on. You can just talk to me, okay? But please, please, please set up a draft review with me. You'll share your screen. We'll read your draft, and we'll go through it. And I think your paper will be better for it, and you get the 10 bonus points. So what that means is, if you get, I won't talk about it in terms of points here because this one's out of 130 because of the addition of the reflection. But, if you get the equivalent of an 80% here, that means you get a 90%. That's huge for your grade because this essay is the biggest component of our grade this semester, okay? So if you're not doing as well as you would like to, there are so many opportunities in the next few weeks for you to bring your grade up, okay? So please, 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 please avail yourself of those opportunities. And I'm going to be real honest. If in a couple weeks I get emails that say, Dr. B, what can I do to bring my grade up? And you haven't done the bonus discussions and you didn't set up a draft review with me, I'm going to say, look, I offered lots of bonus points and you haven't availed yourself of them. So it's kind of too late, right? So now is the time, okay? We're almost there. We're in the home stretch. I really, really hope that you've been able to get something out of this class. I know it's a weird time, but I'm here for you, and I'm, always available for my office hours. There have been many of you who have set up draft reviews with me, and I have loved that. And so if you haven't, this is the time, okay? Before I sign off, let you go, the rubric is here to help you with how this will be graded, okay? So please take a look at that and let me know if you have questions, right? And this can be a good guide for you as you're writing to make sure that you've done everything that you need to do, okay? That's why I like to make the rubric available to you before rather than just after, okay? So lots of information in this video. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will see you online.